So most people when they train because they want to look good, right? They want to have nicer arms, nicer legs. They want to tighten up their body, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm making this video today because I find that when people make the reason why they are training that only, it can be difficult because when you have those days where you don't feel like doing it, you're not going to because you don't have a strong enough purpose. Okay. And also, I will say this to you guys that the people that train for performance, they train to be stronger. They train to be a better athlete, right? Surprisingly, they actually end up looking better than those who train just to look good because there's a deeper purpose, right? And if you guys follow me on TikTok, I make tons of videos, 3-minute long videos talking about different topics. But I recently made a video a couple of days ago about what's your why? Why are you doing this? And I find that when you develop personal goals as far as performance goals, that's when you develop that why. For example, if you want to run faster in the 100-meter, if you want to be able to run a faster mile, if you want to be able to have an ability to do this better, to do that better, I want to be able to lift this, then what happens is you start to train your mind to go above and beyond what you would normally do. I think the reason why people oftentimes subscribe to 3 sets of 10 is because, when you're trying to look a certain way, naturally you develop this just enough mindset. It's weird. It's almost as if you just want to do what you need to do to get this, right? But when you're trying to basically make yourself superhuman, when you're trying to really compete with yourself, because I do think that when you can train yourself to try to outdo what you did last time, if I did, walking lunges with 40 pounds, I want to try 45 pounds the next set or the next workout. Or let's say I can't do 45 pounds yet, and I did 40s for a minute. I'm going to try for 2 minutes. And let's just say the goal now is, okay, I want to see if I can do a minute, right? And then a minute and a half, and then 2 minutes. And let's just say once you've done 3 minutes, that's when you're going to increase the weight 5 pounds. So now there's an incremental progression as far as your performance, and I think that training becomes fun when you start seeing those numbers go up, when you start to see that, wow, I'm stronger, I'm more endurance, I'm not getting tired. That right there becomes more of an addiction, and it becomes more fascinating for you to stay on the ball versus, okay, well, I did my hour today, time to go home. Like, that's not going to cut it, guys. And I just think that the many people that I've had the privilege and the opportunity to work with, and those who obtain my I can't talk. Those who obtain my programs, I've been able to see on a consistent basis how much they're benefiting. And the reason why people see really good results or amazing results almost immediately upon training with me, doing my programs, is because every workout that I have my clients do and have my supporters do, they can see right off the back that this isn't a normal program. Like, I'm having you do things for time. I'm having you do movements that tax your whole body. I'm having the rest periods are shorter, so you're really being challenged. And and I think that once you can combine a number of disciplines, strength training, cross training, you're doing your bodybuilding training, you're doing your functional training. I just think that if you can do multiple things, it's just going to make you better overall. It's going to make you more resilient, and it's going to basically tackle whatever weaknesses that you have. And that's the key, guys. How many times have you seen a bodybuilder? This guy is so stuck on his routine, but he can't even do a high rocks workout. He can't even do a CrossFit workout. Or you throw him in the boxing room, he can't box or do any type of like training that's outside of what he normally does. He won't do it. And I think that's a travesty whenever you isolate yourself, right? And oftentimes they won't do it because they're trying to protect their ego. They don't want to look bad. They don't want to be embarrassed, but it's not about that. It's about trying to see where you're at and see how far you can go. And most importantly, doing stuff like this so you can fail early. It's good to get that reality check. It's good to see that, man, like this really kicked my butt. But instead of allowing yourself to get down by that, you're like, you know what? The next workout, I'm going to go harder. Anyone will tell you when they do my Lionstrong Fusion Training Program, which by the way, it's in the description, guys. Go to lionstrongfitness.net/fusion to get your programs today. They're amazing. But yeah, I've had people email me and tell me that, man, like, I didn't think it was going to be this tough, right? And I tell them, yeah, but you know what? It's what you need. And the best part is, it only takes you less than a half hour, right? And I got to remind people that, yeah, it's tough, but it's tough because you're not accustomed to it yet. Guys, at the moment, I have levels 1 through 4 of my Lionstrong Fusion Training Program, and they're no joke. And, I've had people in droves, buy my programs, and they'll get level 1, get level 2, get level 3, and they're like, man, like this is just, like the intensity keeps growing. Yeah, it does, but guess what? You're prepared for it because you did the first couple. So guys, you just got to start somewhere, but you got to fail. Mike Tyson says it all the time. He says everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And I think that if you're those people that you're just waiting for the right time before you start this, it's never going to happen, guys. But anyway, I'm getting off track here, but like I said, when you train like an athlete, guys, when you train for that performance, you always look better than those who just train to look good, because looking good isn't a strong enough incentive for you to want to go above and beyond, and oftentimes, guys, anybody who's played sports, when you've done your team workouts, whether it be football workouts, basketball workouts, in the moment, it's not fun to do, right? But it becomes enjoyable once you get used to it, once you get accustomed to pushing yourself. You get used to breathing hard. You get used to, not feeling your legs. You get used to your arms about to fall off. But it's amazing because it's almost as if you begin to embrace it, and it puts you naturally in this category of elite few people who are willing to do stuff like this, and I just think that being a part of that club is not only exciting, but it's even more inspiring to want to be better, guys. So I just want you guys to know that, even though we do train because you want to look a certain way, and I'd be lying to you if I told you that I didn't want to, have nice arms and nice shoulders. I'd be lying to you. But I just think that the pursuit to all those things, you need to have a bigger reason why you're doing what you're doing. And and I said this in the previous videos, but I love training. I've been training since I was 12 years old. That's 21 years. And and mind you, when I started training, I didn't just do the whatever. No, like I was going hard. And the reason why I started, guys, and this is me explaining my why to you. I played basketball. That's my first sport I played, and when I started playing, I wasn't very good at it, and I was able to determine that the reason I wasn't so good at it is because the other kids were just stronger and faster than me. So I put 2 and 2 together. You know what? I'm not going to play ball for a whole year. I'm just going to just run sprints every day. I'm going to lift, and man, like, it's funny because my logic was, and I guess I've always had this, whatever they won't do, I'm going to do. So if this person did this workout, I'm going to double it and do more and do it every single day. And yeah, I wasn't smart at the time, but guess what? I got the results, and with that, and it's funny because as I was pursuing a better version of myself as far as a better athlete, I started to enjoy the preparation and the training more I did than the sport. And that took me all the way through college. I played college football, and I've always looked forward to our workouts because I look at it like the trenches. I embrace doing the things that people don't like doing, because if I can embrace the suck, if I can embrace the crappy parts, that's just gonna make me stronger, guys. And I just want you guys to kind of take that mindset when it comes to training. Like, you know, I know I'm not gonna want to do it today. I don't feel like doing it today. I don't have the energy, but you know what? I can squeeze out 20 minutes. I can squeeze out under 30 minutes of training. That's possible, right? You can do that. And on top of that, I'm gonna focus on giving my best effort. Okay? I don't care how it looks. I just gotta get it in. And that's what I'm all about. And like I said, guys, you know, when you have that mindset, man, and you keep that up, you'll be surprised how much better you look. Because again, you're making it deeper than what's on the exterior. Okay? Well, guys, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like and subscribe to Lionstrong Fitness Global. Coming out with more heat. And if you guys want to check out my Lionstrong Fusion Training Program, it's amazing stuff. You know, I just wanted to create a series of stuff where I can provide on a global scale. People reach out to me all the time, and you know, I just want to just be able to service people and get them their results. But most importantly, is just do something that's easy to follow. It's not confusing, guys. And to kind of explain how the programs work, you know, they're basically once you get it, the PDF. It's on a PDF file. It gets sent to you via email immediately upon purchase. And on it, you have every exercise, every station on there. There's clickable links to my secondary YouTube channel, which is called Lionstrong Exercise Vault. And basically, it's 128 videos of different exercises that I perform that's on my program. So that way, when you click into it, there's no confusion. You know what to do. Easy to follow. You just open it up and just get right to it, okay? Because you want to just keep things simple. When things are simple, as they used to say when we play football, the less you have to think, the faster you can play, okay? And that's how I want to be for you guys. So anyway, guys, be sure to check that out. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Be sure to like and subscribe. See you next time.